Good day again, first year students. To continue with the first scene of Merchant of Venice, we were doing that Antonio and Bassanio were talking to each other, and Bassanio was telling him about his squandering of money, about his extravagant habit of spending much more money than his income. And he gives one example of his childhood days that he used to throw two arrows in order to find the previous one. Now he says, I urge this childhood proof because what follows is pure innocence. I owe you much, and like a wilful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow, that self way which you did shoot at first, I do not doubt I will watch the aim to find both or bring you latter hazard back again and thankfully rest the debtor for his first. Now he says that I have lost a lot of money already. So I want to throw another arrow. Means I want to borrow more money in order to get the previous money. So uh, Bassanio, he is talking to Antonio, and then Antonio says, You know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. Now he says that you should straight away tell me, what do you want? And why do you want the money? Now don't beat about the bush. Now don't give me much background that why you need money. Tell me straight away. And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost than if you had made waste of all I have. Now, you says that Antonio says that you're doing me wrong, that you're not telling me straight away the reason and how much amount do you want. And it would have been better that you if you would have spent all my money. Then do but say to me what I should do, that in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it, therefore speak. Now he says, he urges Bassanio to speak out his demand. Now Bassanio says, in Belmont is a rich lady left. Now he opens up his heart to his best friend Antonio, and he says that Belmont, which is a place, he says that in Belmont there is a lady richly left. There's a beautiful lady richly left means she does not have parents, and her parents have left her with a lot of money. And she is fair and fairer than that word. Fair means she is very beautiful, and fairer than the word means words cannot explain her beauty. Of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. And then he says that she is not only beautiful, but she also holds a lot of virtue. She is a virtuous lady. And sometimes from her eyes means I have this intuition, and I have uh, known that she also loves me. I did receive fair speechless messages, though she has not used any words to express her feelings towards me, but from the expression of her eyes, I can feel that she likes me. Her name is Portia, nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter and Brutus's Portia. And she is like Cato's daughter and Brutus's Portia. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. Means her worth is known to the whole wide world. Everybody knows her worth. Everybody in the world know that Portia is a beautiful lady and she is a virtuous lady. For the four winds blew in from every coast renowned suitors, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece. Now he says, from all the directions of the world, suitors come to see her, suitors come to marry her. with the hope to marry her. Who is a suitor? Who wants to marry a lady. Four winds means north, south, east, and west. So, from all the directions of the world, suitors come from every coast and they are renowned suitors. And her sunny locks means her golden hair, hang on her temples like golden fleece. So, people come like Jason's. Who was Jason? Who went in quest of the golden fleece. So, people come like Jason's in order to uh, get this golden fleece. And who is the golden fleece? Portia, which makes her seat of Belmont Colchos's strand, and many Jasons come in quest for her. O my Antonio, had I but means to hold a rival place with one of them. Now it says, O my dear friend Antonio, if I had means, even I want to become a suitor to Portia. Even I want to marry Portia. I have mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate. Now it says that I'm having this intuition that questionless means doubt, without doubt I will win Portia and I will get Portia in marriage. Antonio says, Thou knowest all my fortunes are at sea. Now he says to Bassanio that it is not hidden from you that all my fortunes, all my money is at stake because all my ships are at sea. Neither I have money or commodity to raise a present sum. So presently I don't have enough money or such goods to raise me money. Therefore, go forth and try what my credit can in Venice do. But Antonio is not refusing to help him. Antonio says that I have a good name in this city, Venice, and anybody will lend you money in my name. So you can go and have a round in Venice and try to fetch as much money as you can in my name. That shall be racked even to the uttermost, to furnish thee to Belmont to fair Portia. Now, he is a very good friend, loving friend, and he wants to help Bassanio. So he says, to even to the uttermost, you can make use of my name in order to get money, and I want you to go to Belmont to fair Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I. Now he instructs him that you should also go in Venice, and even I will go in search of a money lender where money is, and I no question make to have it of my trust for my sake. Now says, I am sure that nobody will refuse me to have to take money. Now this is the end of the scene, and we
Good
have
morning
seen
again, first year students. We were doing Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare, which is a comedy